Good day, sir. The country that we're going to present is Finland. So, without further ado, let's delve in. Welcome to the land of endless forests, shimmering lakes, and vibrant cities. Welcome to Finland. Finland is a country located in Northern Europe, bordering the Baltic Sea, Gulf of Bothnia, and the Gulf of Finland. Finland is a republic. The chief of state is the president and the head of government is the prime minister. Finland has a largely free market economy in which the country includes a variety of private freedom combined with centralized economic planning and any government regulation. Finland is a member of the European Union. Finland has been called as the best country for higher education for many years. That's why maraming universities in Finland are highly respected, and a degree from a Finnish university can certainly open many doors for a student. The economic performance of Finland. First, we have strong GDP growth driven by technology and innovation sectors. Second, low unemployment rates compared to EU average. Third, stable and well-managed public finances. Fourth, high levels of education and skilled workforce contribute to productivity. And lastly, strong export-oriented economy, particularly yung mga machinery, electronics, and forestry sectors.
For Finland's market analysis, Finland's economic aspects are growing steadily. There is a high economic expansion as per the GDP of 5.8%. The economic policy rating of 8.0 also approves the government's management of economic affairs. This high rating of economic policy suggests a good relationship with business sectors. Finland's GDP per capita of 6.6 also indicate a high standard of living for its citizens. But the inflation rate is quite high and bring issues in the prices and purchasing powers of the citizens.
Quality of life in Finland. Finland is the third best country in the world when it comes to quality of life. Out of 169 countries, Finland scores highly on almost every index on the report, from basic needs and foundations of well-being to personal freedoms. Finland scores highest in water and sanitation and personal rights. Finland also offers excellent healthcare and quality education, just like what I've said a while back. The country's focus on work-life balance, nature, and outdoor activities. An aspect of Finland's quality of life that many might not be aware of is its strong emphasis on gender equality, with policies promoting equal opportunities for men and women in all aspects of society, including the workplace and family life. The political stability of Finland that other countries do not have. First, we have the consistent political stability of Finland has a long story of stable governance with a functioning democracy and peaceful transitions of power. Second, low corruption levels. The country consistently ranks among the least corrupt nations globally. Third, strong rule of law. Finland upholds a strong legal framework, ensuring equality before the law and protecting individual rights and freedom. Fourth, transparent government. Finland promotes transparency in governance with open access to government information and public participation in decision-making processes. Fifth, respect for human rights. Finland is committed to upholding human rights standards, including protection for minorities and marginalized groups. Sixth, balanced foreign policy. Finland maintains a balanced and pragmatic approach to foreign relations. avoiding extreme positions, and promoting stability in international affairs. And lastly, participation in civic life. Finnish citizens actively participate in political processes through voting, advocacy, and civil society organizations, contributing to the country's political stability.
For Finland's international relations, almost of all Finland's partner countries belong to the group of the least developed countries, or LDCs, in Africa and Asia. Many of them are also called the fragile states, which have been or at risk of turning into unstable societies. In such countries, the need for assistance is greatest. Some of Finland's partner countries have made so much progress that Finland can gradually lower the amount of funding and concentrate on offering certain special expertise. At the same time, it is possible to strengthen cooperation in the fields of trade, investment, research and innovation, and to increase interaction in other fields. In Asia, Finland channels its support to the three poorest fragile countries, Afghanistan, Myanmar, and Nepal. With Vietnam, which has now achieved the status of a lower middle-income country, Finland has gradually shifted from development cooperation to other forms of cooperation in such areas as trade, research, and education. Finland has supported the Palestinian territory for a longer time, and in recent years, efforts to respond to the Syrian crisis in Syria and its neighboring countries have been stepped up. Finland has strengthened its support to the Middle East and North Africa, which are regions fraught with instability and where refugees is a problem. Finland supports the stabilization of Iraq by providing development cooperation, funding humanitarian mine action, and participating in crisis management. In addition, Finland supports Ukraine's structural reforms and reconstruction and support Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan in Central Asia. Bilateral development cooperation of Finland is implemented in many ways. Is it through sectoral support, intergovernmental bilateral projects, support for civil society actors, and supporting the fragile states. These indicate that the country has made good relationship internationally. These are some of the key challenges faced by Finland according to the SDI 2022, or the Sustainable Governance Indicator. Divide between nationalist and elite. As with many other European countries, Finland has experienced polarization between political elites and nationalistic populist elements. This development became even more pronounced after the establishment of a coalition government dominated by a center-left parties, each led by a woman, in 2019. Number 2 is the concentration of power at a national level. The response to the perceived risk associated with COVID-19 pandemic have entailed a concentration of power at the national level. It has also entailed the strengthening of the authority of health policy experts. A major challenge in the future will therefore be to restore the pre-crisis democratic order in which the government was responsible for proposing new legislation and executing existing legislation. Lastly, deficit reduction goes out of reach. Another challenge relates to public finances. Unlike other Nordic countries, Finland had a deficit even before the COVID-19 crisis. Sanna Marin's government program was based on the expectation that the labor market participation rate would increase. However, participation rate dropped and public expenditure has increased considerably. The participation rate increased in 2021, but the public deficit goals predating the pandemic were at this point out of reach. Although faced by these many challenges, Finland will face it and will recover as time goes by. Finland has lots of opportunities to offer. Quality of democracy. With an outstanding mix of procedures and protections, Finland falls into the top group internationally, ranked 2 with regard to quality of democracy. Its score on this measure is unchanged relative to its 2014 level. Civil rights are generally strongly protected. The government issued some recommendations during the pandemic that practice restricted rights. Anti-discrimination rules are also broad. Social policies. With a generally strong safety net, Finland falls into the top group internationally, ranked 5 in the area of social policies. Its score in this area declined by 0.3 points relative to 2014. The education system is high quality, though the country's outstanding PISA scores are slipping due to the gender and regional disparities in students' performance. Education spending is very high in cross-OECD's context. Overall, poverty levels are low and levels of well-being is high. However, pockets of relative poverty persist despite generally very efficient redistributive policies. Executive accountability. With the strong oversight mechanisms in place, Finland falls into the top rank internationally ranked 2 with regard to executive accountability. Its score in this area improved by 0.1 point relative to 2014. Evidence indicates strongly varying degrees and types of policies knowledge in different demographic aspects. Overall, Finland excels in democracy quality and executive accountability, but faces challenges in social policies, particularly in education, healthcare, and immigrant integration. With peer group ranking, Finland consistently ranks high in global peer group rankings, particularly in areas like education, gender equality, innovation, and quality of life. This ranking reflects Finland's strong social policies, education system, technological advancement, and overall high standard of living.
And for the conclusion, Finland is renowned for its transparent and efficient government, strong democratic institutions, and high levels of political stability. Finland is a member of the European Union or EU but is not part of NATO or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, maintaining a policy of military non-alignment. Finland has been at the forefront of promoting gender equality in politics with one of the highest rates of the female representation in government worldwide.